Hello? It's been a million years! Oh my god, it's been literally forever. So, hello. Welcome back to whatever this is. It has been months. It's been a long time. So I have updates for not that. So I've been dealing with a lot of family stuff for one. But also I went to a convention back in August for cybersecurity. It was really fun. And I had a great time getting to know people and ended up with a lot of stuff to catch up on after that. So we're actually going to hop right into it and get started on our musical encounter. So it's been a while. I don't want to do like a recap today because I'm mostly just focused on a random encounter that I need to have prepped for next game. So let's go ahead and start on that. So I have my players. First things first, my players are very much into puzzles. So what I want to do is have like a multi-layered encounter of sorts. And I want to do it music themed. So I was thinking because they've been dealing a lot with merfolk. I was thinking maybe some kind of, and they're in the desert. So I was thinking like a sand siren would be cool. Like either the sand siren like takes them into like a slightly alternate dimension to go ahead and yeah, like I'm thinking multiple stages. So I'm thinking like the first stage is they fight them because they haven't had a lot of fighting recently. So the first stage is they fight them, and then the second stage, once they get down, like they see the merfolk, the siren, the sand siren, like morph into something else. And I think at that point we'll do, because I want to do, one of my players is very much into singing, and all of my other players have said that they are that they're not very comfortable. They are comfortable enough with singing that I was thinking maybe like a tune back and forth. I was also thinking, so let me change here. I was thinking like, I was looking at fun like free music stuff, and I was thinking like we could do something like this. We could do a how do we clear this? Goodbye. Oh god, it didn't go. Okay. I was thinking maybe I could get them to use this in some way. It's kind of fun. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking we could play around with that whole idea. And try to make an encounter based around that. So first things first, this is going to be in the sand, but I'm thinking maybe the siren transports them to like an alternate dimension type thing. So let's take a look at what maps we have. Art library. My library. Yeah. Maps. So there's a sand one. Mazes, airships, caves, indoors, lava outdoors. Sand. Probably just sand, surely, right? Oh, I should not put that on the tokens layer. Let's put that on the map and background layer. Whoop. Where did it go? There it went. Yeah. Whoa, the background changes. That's new. It's been a long time since we played D&D. It's been literally months since we played last. It was crazy. So let's zoom in. Yeah, this looks halfway decent. We can just... I can't believe the background changes now. That's crazy. It's so new. Let's see. Oh, maybe we could do like a sand dune type situation. Maybe we will alter this to be smaller. 92, let's do 50 by 50. Delete this and we'll drag this one with the sand dune onto it. I think that would be fun. Do. Yeah. Yeah. All right, and then let's look for some kind of merfolk as well. Oh, I can't fucking spell merfolk. And then honestly, that should do us pretty well for from the web. For this. Oh god, there's no options. How dare they? How dare they, first of all? Whew. Exhausted, and for what? I guess we will have to find one. I'll do that later. So this is like the basics of our setup, I think. I'm wondering, I think it would be fun to like, maybe I can go into some kind of photo editor and make like colored glass or a water type overlay and put it over this. I think that would make it look more like fantastical for one, but for two, I think like maybe like a little bit of an ocean vibe in there, even though they're in the middle of the desert, would be fun. Possibly. I think so. So move that around. There we go. I think this is good for a map situation. Now let's talk about like an encounter. So I do want to do phases. So let's do phase 1. Not what I meant to do. Do this. This one. Phase 2. Phase 3. Phase 13. I want to do at least 3 phases. Let's fold these. So phase 1, I think it's going to be combat. So let's go ahead and take a look at. So I got this off of Etsy. It's a nice little, just pretty simple. My brain no worky. It's a pretty simple monster template. What I usually do, I'm gonna be honest, is I don't usually plan like when I'm doing a random encounter or something, I will usually either pull something from the book, which is pretty easy, one of the books, and maybe alter it if I want to, or I will be like, okay, so you're fighting a wizard. I know basically everything about the wizard class, so I will just put in like a random score depending on when it comes up. So if they ask for a dexterity save, I'll be like, oh, they're dexterity, but they're proficient in it, so I'll be like proficiencies blah blah blah, and then I'll put in a thing for dexterity, so like +2 or whatever, and then depending on what level they are, we'll change their proficiency. Yeah, that's usually what I do. So this template makes it really easy to just fill in those random pieces, but it also makes it a lot easier for me to just make stuff here. So let's talk about armor class. I want them to be pretty highly dexterous. They are going to be partially sand, partially wind, probably. So dexterity is probably going to be like a +3 or 4, I would assume. Let's do 4. Let's do proficiency. Oops. Yep. Proficiencies. We'll do dex is plus. I do like a We'll do a +4 proficiency. Or, well, okay, so my players are level 9, level 10, question mark. I think they just leveled up, so I think they're level 10. I'm not positive though. I think they're level 10. So let's do... Let me look at one of their what is it called? Their character sheets. Take a look. Oh, you know what we have? We have a stats chat. Stats chat. Oh, wrong chat. Stat chat. Their passive insight. Okay. Passive perception is 19. So if they're stealth, I think maybe a +4 proficiency, which would make their dex a +8 proficiency. And then let's see, charisma is going to have to be high because they are a siren based character. So charisma is going to be +9 at least. I kind of want to make that higher. But let's do abilities. Attack. Let's look up like a siren 5e. Let's take a look. Sing. Each creature must saving throw or be stunned. That would be crazy. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Let's put this to the side. I'm not against it, but you to the side. Saving throws, charisma +7. Interesting. A DC 20. That's pretty high for... I think the only one who has charisma bonus is going to be our bard, and I don't know if she has dispel magic, which would probably be the only way to get out of this. At the end of each turn, each time it takes damage. Siren's on for the next 24 hours. I kind of like it. I like it. Yeah, sing 5 a day. A claw attack. I don't know, maybe like some kind of sand whip. Some kind of sand attack would be better than like a claw attack. Oops. Oh, I didn't copy. Let's do this. Sand attack. Whoops. Sand attack. Melee weapon attack. I think this is just a weapon attack and then like has a reach of say 15 feet. One target hit, slashing damage +5 to hit. This should be based on their dexterity, so it should be an 8 to hit. So the thing about my players is that they have they're pretty overpowered, I think, for their level. Not only because they're good at building characters, but also because I've given them each a feat that we all kind of made up. So for one, it's charisma based. For another, it's based on like her mechanicalness, like she has an acid attack and stuff. For another, it's based on luck because that's who the warlock side of her build. It's not real warlock but because multi-classing is really underpowered in D&D. But it's based around her connection with this random god that she knows. And then the other is a werewolf, so he has a bunch of stuff based on werewolfness. So I think that this is going to be balanced, and if it's not, then I'll edit it as we move along in it. This creature, I want them to be intelligent, but not incredibly so. Wisdom. I feel like their insight would be decent. So strength is probably going to be their lowest. Wisdom is, and so their attack is probably going to be based on dexterity. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Their wisdom will be, so let's do 5 out of 5 here for their sing. Wisdom is, we'll actually do this. Doop. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. I keep doing this. 1, 2, 3. For wisdom, I kind of want it to be decently high, but not terribly high. So we'll do 3. Constitution, do like a +2, maybe. Speed, they do technically fly, but can only fly. So abilities, let's do, we'll call this actions. So, whoops. We'll do flying, let's do speed. Speed of 35 feet. And then we'll do, can fly up to 20 feet. Let's do 15 feet into the air. I like that. I think that will give a little bit of dynamicness to the encounter, and not make it too terribly difficult for them to face. So, let's see. Common Sylvan. I don't know if I want them to know Sylvan. I want them to know a separate language for Siren Song. Understands Common, so let's do languages. Understands Common. And I don't know if I want it to be telepathic or not. I think telepathic Siren Song. No, I think I'd rather have it be auditory. So let's do Siren Song as the language. So this is attack oriented. I don't think I want the DC to be 20. I think that's way too high for my players. Do DC 18. And then like if it happens that nobody gets hit by it, that would be wild. But also, I think it would be, I don't think that they will be completely thrown off by this. I think this gives them a chance while also making sure that it's decently difficult. So let's do damage resistances and damage immunities. We need condition immunities. I think that Charmed should be one of them for sure. Whoops. I mean, that makes sense, right? Attuned hearing. Immune to any damage or conditions is inflicted by sound-based effects. Oh, I kind of like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. I think that'll be fun. Charmed. Ooh, deafened is a good one as well. Damage immunities. Necrotic and thunder. Thunder makes sense. Thunder. Damage resistances. I don't know if necrotic makes sense for this character. I think maybe since they are a sand creature, maybe like what's it called? Blunt damage. Types of damage. Slashing, slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. That's what it is. So we'll do bludgeoning as a resistant. Bludgeoning damage. I think that makes sense considering they're made out of sand. I think that will make a little bit of a difference, make a little bit of sense. Common Sylvan challenge 6. I don't really like coming up with challenge ratings for creatures I make because the way that I run my games, and like feel free to admonish me for this, but I think that it makes more sense to play it by ear rather than trying to force an encounter that isn't balanced. So I would rather, like, my players are struggling in an encounter and that's good, but if they are going down, like one by one, it's just too much and it's not a fun encounter, especially for one that's not very story based. So that's not my goal when doing random encounters, is not to necessarily incapacitate them or kill them so fast that they don't have any fun. It's more to create a challenge, and a unique challenge that fits their play style, which in this case is going to be a lot of puzzles and the such. So speed is 35. Can fly up to 15 feet in the air. Hit points, with the amount of damage that they can do, I feel like 150 maybe, because I don't want this first phase to be too long. Again, we're doing phase 1, which is going to be combat based. So let's do armor class. Is probably with the dexterity +4, resistance to bludgeoning. I feel like a 18 for the amount that they can deflect is reasonable. My players have a lot of area of effect attacks that they can do, and they also have pretty high bonuses at this level, so I'm not concerned about upping that armor class if it turns out to be that way. So I think this type is technically an elemental because they're made out of sand. Elemental of sorts. Yeah, an elemental. Alignment is going to be neutral. Whoops. Maybe, like, I don't know if I want to do some kind of like this is a soul that is tortured or whatever. I wonder if I just want them to be, because Dakal, which is the location where the game is right now, is A, in the desert, and B, it's a very magical centered place. It's where a lot of the fighting between the gods way back when happened. So just random magical things are not A, unheard of, and B, odd. They are pretty commonplace. It's kind of why going out into the desert is such a dangerous thing to do. And I kind of am okay with this just being a random magical thing. So attack, we have attuned hearing, is immune to any damage or conditions inflicted by sound. I think that this would include Vicious Mockery, personally, because I feel like that one is a very sound-based effect. Unless, and I'm a big proprietor of bards being able to be whatever kind of thing they want, and I have a NPC bard in my campaign that does comedy. So I think, and one that does painting and one that does dancing. So I think if they decided to, or if my bard specifically decided to do like some kind of mocking action instead of like a mocking verbal attack, I think that it would be the siren would be affected by vicious mockery under those circumstances. But again, it would depend on the medium that she used to do that. Proficiencies, charisma, dexterity, languages, understands common, and then siren song. There's certainly a merfolk language, but I'm just gonna call it siren song. The resistances, bludgeoning, thunder, those make sense because she's made out of sand. Charmed and deafened are immune to, and then got that. Sing, I think, is going to be really fun. I lowered the DC a little bit, I think. Well, and then I'll kind of play this by ear. If all of them fail, like, that's gonna be a rough round for them, but I think they should be fine. And then we have our sand attack, which will be based on dexterity, so it's +4, +45, could you imagine? Yeah, it's gonna be distance a little bit, I think. Perfect. I think that this works. I think that this will give them a fair enough fight against this creature. Like, it'll be challenging, but not too challenging. I might bring the hit points up during the battle. Also, I'm a big proprietor of story over premeditation. So if this stuff changes, then that's just how it is, you know? Let's save. Monsters. And we have a sand siren. Sick. Okay. So, alright, so that's part 1. Combat. Part 2. So I want to do a couple of things. I think that it will be a lot of fun to do a bit of a I think it will be fun to do a singing thing. So it will be a good time, I think, to have them reply to some kind of song. I have this thing called Voice Mod. It's decently cheap for what it offers. And it has a couple of vocal options there, which are really fun. That I think will enhance the experience for them, and also I think will hang on, let me copy this. And I think it will make it interesting for my players. I think it will. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about that. I'm wondering if maybe there's a way I can do some kind of music thing. Let's see. Maybe this song? No. I do like it, but I don't think it will work. I'm not against this one, so I am in my DMCA era. I might have to do this off site or off stream, but I think that we can do maybe a basic outline, and then we'll see how it goes. One moment, let me... Okay, there we go. I think what we can do is come up with some like riddles, but put them in like a sing-song voice, and I think that will siren riddles. Let's look up some siren riddles. But I think we may be able to do some riddles, and then they have to sing back, match with tune or beat or what have you to get past the encounter. So let's look at these ones. I do not listen to reason, but I hear every siren song, and I will try to steer us towards the rocks if you let me take the wheel. Who am I? The ego. Good. I hear every siren song. I don't think it's easy enough. Remember, we make stuff for toddlers in this household. Riddles of the Sirens. Walter Shadlovsky, my bad. Mock Court Jester. What do you have for us, Court Fan? Solomon had 1,000 wives and was. Tell me, was he foolish or was he wise? How can a man be wise when he has more? A true daughter. I hope you like my new riddle, Your Majesty. Ancient lore clocks truth to her grand motto. Demand grotto. Maybe we do something like this. Let's take a look at this in here. So let's do riddles, sing back. Whoops, back. We'll put sing in quotation marks because I don't want my players to feel pressured to do something they're uncomfortable with. Even though they all said they were decently comfortable with singing. Let's take a look at this. Cryptic secret, ancient lore cloaks truth to her grand lotto. Atlas light, myths, quaint siren cast dark spell, wrapped fine swarm. Illused. Probably amused. Which watched each fool turn to swine form. Mocking lecher spurring unsated horror. Doomed giant strength. I don't understand what the point of this is. Let's take a look. What is your first riddle? Oh, okay. What is the eternal nature of all sirens? What is the second riddle? Truly, Father. Initially, it is quite evident that you should see the sentence of 5 words. It's said it is risky, but not too vulgar. Two most famous fires. One is from Greek legend, the other from the Bible. I don't think this is going to assist us, unfortunately. A siren riddle game? You kill me too quickly, your death is sure to follow, but if you let me live, your only route is downstairs. Hint? We're not getting any good ones. So let's do maybe song riddles. Let's take a look here. Music riddles. My friend, she's a music teacher. I think that she would get a kick out of any of these. 2 beats to the measure. When is music like vegetables? What type of music is a mummy's favorite? Rap. What kind of music can you hear in space? A Neptune. I am a fruit. If you take away the first little... Oh god, that is not fun. I can bring you joy or sorrow. Or everything in between. None have seen, smelt, or felt me yet. And you still know what I am. I have many types, but I'm really just one thing. What am I? I kind of like this one. It's a little similar. It's a little similar to... Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's a little similar to the one I did in the maze cave. But I think this will be fun. So let's do this. Okay. I wonder if there's a way that I can get my players to sing it back. I think that would be fun. Hello, Sam Slimiest. Welcome in. We're looking at riddles. We're doing a multi-phased combat with this sand siren that I think will be fun and interesting for my players. So I can bring you joy or sorrow, everything in between. Nothing I've seen, smelt, or felt me, yet many still know who I am. Know what I am. I have many types, but I am really just one thing. So answer. It's going to be music. Obviously, we'll start with this with an easy one, I think. Also, feel free to toss riddles in chat as well. At the sound of me in my dream, what kind of band never plays with a rubber band? And music, rap, music skills. My skill is something that does not weigh in grams, ounces, or pounds. However, I may be heavy or light. So I think this one will be fun because it's a play on words because it's a siren. So it'll be fun. It'll be a little cheeky. Also, I love puns. It's amazing. So much fun. What three melody? What kind of music is played inside the vehicle? What type of music are balloons scared of? I cannot tell. Yet I can be found. My existence is always in debate, yet I have my own style of music. Soul. I think so. The original caster in my world, so the original learned caster, I should say, was a bard. And I think that you will find in a lot of history, music is something that is shared between a lot of different types of creatures. A lot of, like, I feel like the world kind of has its own rhythm, and I kind of made that happen in my own world. And part of the reason is because basically in between all the planes there are these things called ley lines, and ley lines basically connect all of the magic between all of the realms. And I think, like, in my brain was immediately like guitar strings, violin strings, like all of the bits and bobs about music just feels so innate to magic as well. And the way that magic kind of formulates itself in my world. So I think that we could revamp this to be talking about ley lines instead. Which I think will be interesting at the very least. So let's do this. I am a soul. Ley lines. So I cannot be felt, seen, or touched, yet I can be found around everything, maybe. My existence is always in debate, yet I have my own style of music. Cannot be felt, seen, or let's do felt or touched, but only seen by few. Something like that. Tuning in for some noise as I finish revamping a Christmas one-shot. That's so fun! What's the premise around it? Dude, I haven't done a one-shot in so long. My scale is something that does not weigh in grams. However, I may be heavy or light. Music scales. I cannot be felt or touched, but only seen by few, yet I can be found around every. And only seen by few, yet I can be found around everything. My existence is always in debate. The purpose of my existence, maybe. The purpose of my existence is always, yet I have my own style of music. I think this will be a little bit more relevant because they're all very interested in the first caster who is still alive and they're trying to find, but also B, the ley lines specifically were something that they seemed very interested in, and how that whole thing plays in the scale of the world. Let's see. You can hear me and feel me, but you can't see or smell me. So that's music, a rooster, I'm a soul, Jack in the Box, radio waves. Do not require and can record all the useful information you've learned. Your brain. What kind of music does a blacksmith like? This one's funny. I love it. Castanets. What did the man hold the shoe to his ear? Because he was listening to soul music. So it's a short song, has a lot of names. My shallow hills are the faces of kings. To the grave. What was the pilgrim's favorite type of music? The letters of the alphabet, but only just a few. It's hard to say if I was invented or just discovered by you. It's hard to say if I was invented or just discovered. I think I want to do this one instead of the first one we had. I think this one fits a little bit better with the encounter. It's hard to say if I was invented or just discovered by you. I like that it rhymes too. I do. I like that it rhymes. Let's see. My skill is something that does not weigh in grams, ounces, or pounds. However, pretty heavy or light. However, wherever there is, however, I am near whenever there is sound. I am near whenever there is sound. I want it to rhyme because it'll fit so much better with the musicalness. My skill is something that does not weigh in grams, ounces, or pounds. However, I'm in near whenever there is sound. Maybe, however, I am formulaic in sound, maybe? Formulaic? Because music skills are not just sound, they are like a specific set of notes. However, I am... My skill is something that does not weigh in grams, ounces, or pounds. However, I am near whenever there is sound. Yet I can be found around everything. The purpose of my existence is always in debate, yet I have a style of music. I wish I could rhyme better than I can, but I can't. Trumpets. Stupid. I love it so much. What's a Flowers Here song? Fred is listening to the radio. Think these are riddles? No. The first few were okay, but unfortunately I don't think they were. Can't solve these Taylor Swift song title riddles. The riddle song is an English folk song. Can we maybe see the lyrics? The riddle song. Can there be a baby with no crying? Ring when it's rolling has no end. I've heard this, I feel like. Fortunately, not quite. Sing it. The answer is song/singing. What has a key but no lock? What has bars but no drinks? No. Primary chorister. It's time to go back to childhood right here, right now. Now. Something you might do with your ears. Riddle number 25. Okay. Fortunately, there's just not a lot of riddle songs. Riddle songs, a concept album with a difference. Song riddles. What am I? Song puzzles and riddles to solve. Okay. Joyful song of reverence relative to hollow metallic vessels. What types of songs do the planets sing? Neptunes? We already looked at that one. I only have eyes for you. What is the best Beatles song? What's a volcanoes? What's a ninjas? What I tend to fret when streaming along. A guitar, but play with the singing a song. Okay, this one will be fun. Guitar! Do 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 do. Put this one here. And we'll do answer. Guitar. Or I'll take, honestly, any stringed instrument here. Okay. I think this will be fine for the riddles phase of things. I think. And then phase 3, I want to do something that makes them have to be creative. So, let's take a look. Maybe we can do something with this piano tune. Is there a way? I wonder if I can get them to make something on here and then they can send me their little thingamaling of it. I wonder if that would be fun. I think it might. I think that might be it. So let's copy this. We'll paste it in here. Oops, did not mean to bold it. And then maybe we can, what we can do, I think what might be fun, we'll see, is, we'll come up with some kind of tune, and then we will have them make an answer to it. So let's do something basic. Let's do common scales used in music. Let's see. Not scales. Common tunes, I should say. Let's do tunes used in classical music. Let's pause the music real fast. Surely it works. Surely. Notes, maybe. Very least. Outside the scale you are using. Okay, let's look at this. Let's take a look at getting learned. You know what I should do? I should talk to my friend. She knows a lot about music, and I think she would have some great ideas. Hang on, let me message her and see if she's willing to talk about it. Would you be down to help me with a music encounter for D&D? Do. Okay, I think. Oh. That's just a normal scale. In a score, each note is assigned a specific vertical position as determined by the accidentals. Diatonic scale relevant in a tonal context. Notes that do not meet the criterion are called chromatic notes or accidentals. Modification of a note's pitch. So this is going to be like sharp and stuff. Let's see. Distinguishing pitch is different octaves. Two pitches that are any number of octaves apart are perceived as very similar. Because of that, all notes of these kinds of relations can be grouped under the same pitch class and are often given the same name. Let's see. I think this will be a fun encounter. Unfortunately, I do think that is all that I have to do today. So we will get back to this. I'll go over this again next time when we do, we're going to do a recap of our sessions since the last time we did this, which was a while ago, but we've only played once or twice since then. And then we are done with our riddles, which I think will be fun, and a little bit of lore in there. And I think, which like the ley lines being connected to music being confirmed, I think will be very interesting to them. And then phase 3 will do something, either they can respond with music or maybe I'll have them make a song. I think that would be fun. I think what I can do is find a song that has like a very basic background tune to it, and then I will play that for them, and then they have to fill it out either with like virtual piano or other instruments or singing or what have you. I think that might make a nice phase 3 that will let this siren go to rest and end the encounter. I think that'll be a fun time, honestly. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be a fun encounter, and I guess we will see if my players agree. So, I will go over this again when I get a response back from my friend about music stuff, because hopefully she can help me. But other than that, I think that we are donezos. So I will see you the next time. Hopefully not in months. And yeah, we'll get going on it. Have a good one.